Today is the 53rd birthday of one of the most famous names in English football. Charging through the midfield, it's Michael Thgomas. Happy birthday. Hello and welcome back to my channel over and over and over again, which features everything to do with Arsenal. So in this video I just wanted to highlight a player who's one of the most famous names in the history of the club on the occasion of his 53rd birthday, and that player is of course Michael Thgomas. Just before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, please click on the subscribe button so that you get notified every time I produce a new video. There's lots of great stuff coming up. I've got a preview of the Community Shield coming up later on this week, previewing the game against Liverpool, of course, which is on Saturday. I've got some live shows booked in as well for the next couple of weeks with some special guests as well to come on the show, people with a good connection to Arsenal as well. So that's going to be really exciting as well. And of course, once the season's up and running, there's going to be match previews, there's going to be match reports, there's going to be insight into the games and all kinds of other stuff as well. And again, there's going to be stuff like I'm doing today, profiles of old players, ex-players, bit of history of the club and that sort of thing. So I say please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on anything that I'm doing. So Michael Thgomas, I say, was born on this day, the 24th of August 1967 in Lambeth, South East London. Now he did initially grow up as a Tottenham fan, but I'm sure we can forgive him that because of everything that he achieved with Arsenal. He did join the Arsenal youth system, came through, and in the 1986-87 season was when he first got put into the first team squad. If you remember, that was George Graham's first season at the club, which I highlighted yesterday in the video to commemorate George Graham's first match, of course, in charge. Michael Thgomas did go on loan to Portsmouth briefly. He played 3 games there in 1986 before he recalled back to the club, and he made his first team debut in February 1987, and it was a big game as well. It was the first leg of the Littlewoods Cup semi-final at Highbury against Tottenham. Now, we did lose that game, but of course we ended up winning the semi-final after a replay, and Michael Thgomas actually played in the final against Liverpool. He came on as a substitute to earn his first winner's medal. Now that season he actually made 18 appearances for the club, mostly at right back. That was his initial position in the side, and he started the 1987-88 season as the first choice right back after the departure of Viv Anderson to Manchester United. Now he also took on the role of penalty taker as well, which was quite surprising for a 19-year-old defender. But we did have a few issues. Martin Hayes, who had scored a lot of penalties the season before, was no longer in the team, was no longer a regular, so Michael Thgomas took on that responsibility with some early success as well. He scored a few penalties early in that season, and in fact by the end of that season he'd actually scored 11 goals. Now later on, of course, he did move from the right back position into a more central midfield area following the signing of Lee Dixon, of course, who was going to be the long-term replacement for Viv Anderson at right back. So Michael Thgomas was moved into midfield to partner Paul Davies, and his bustling, energetic style really added extra dimension to our play. Now, of course, it was in the following 1988-89 season where he would really make his name for obviously one particular incident that happened at the end of the season. But he actually had a great season that year. He made his England debut in November 1988, and surprisingly enough, though, he only got 2 England caps, but both during that season, which he probably deserved more. But again, he seemed to be another young Arsenal player who seemed to be snubbed quite a lot by England for some reason, despite playing in a successful club side at that time. His big moment arrived, didn't it? 26th of May 1989, the game at Anfield, the last game of the season. We needed to win 2-0 to pip Liverpool to the title. We're 1-0 up into the final minute of the game, and of course Michael Thgomas goes charging through the midfield, waits for Bruce Grobbelaar to commit himself, and then coolly dinks it into the goal to win us the league. I mean, a fantastic moment for any Arsenal fan that was around at that time. We'll never ever forget that. Fantastic moment, and a fantastic achievement for that team, and of course for Michael Thgomas to get that goal was just incredible. Where do you go from there? I suppose that was the problem that he maybe had, you know, from that incredible high. Now the following season he was a regular in the team, played 44 games and scored 8 goals, including a hat-trick away at Plymouth. So he had established himself as a goal-scoring midfield player, the sort of player actually that we could do with in the side now. And again, he was still a regular in the side for most of the following 1990-91 season, where he won his 2nd league title medal. But towards the end of that season, he lost his place in the side to David Hillier, another young lad who had come through the academy, and he never really regained it again. The start of the 91-92 season, he struggled to get into the side. He did score a goal away at Crystal Palace in September 1991 in a 4-1 victory, but that proved to be his last goal for the club. And in December 1991, George Graham moved him on to, ironically, Liverpool. Of course, he'd gone back to Anfield where he'd scored that great goal a couple of years previously. In the end, he'd made 208 appearances for Arsenal and scored 30 goals, although I'm pretty sure the other 29 will never be remembered, will they? It's just, he'll always be remembered for that one goal. Initially at Liverpool, actually, he had quite a lot of success. He played in the FA Cup final in 1992 against Sunderland and actually scored the second goal in that game as well. So he not only scored a league title winning goal, he also scored in an FA Cup final at Wembley. So, in a few years he'd achieved what most young kids dream of, don't they, when you become a footballer, to score those important goals. But unfortunately after that, his Liverpool career never really took off. Although he was really popular amongst the fans, a series of injuries restricted his appearances. There was even talk of him returning to Arsenal in 1995 after Bruce Rioch had took over from George Graham, but unfortunately that move never happened. He did stay at Liverpool for another 3 years. He spent a brief period on loan at Middlesbrough, where he made 10 appearances. That was in 1998, before finally he moved on and was sold to Benfica, also in 1998, who were managed by Graham Souness, who of course had been manager of Liverpool at the time when Michael Thgomas had first gone there. Unfortunately, Graham Souness didn't last very long in Benfica, and neither did Michael Thgomas. He did stay there 2 years, but he never got a regular place in the side. He only played 19 games for the club, scored just 1 goal. He returned to England in 2000 to play for Wimbledon, but he only made 9 appearances that season, again due to injuries. And in the summer of 2001, he retired at the age of 33. So I suppose it was a rather unspectacular career after he left Arsenal, barring the FA Cup final for Liverpool, which was a surprise, to score that such an important goal at just 21 years old. It looked like he had the world at his feet, but unfortunately football sometimes doesn't always work like that. Obviously, from Arsenal fans, we always have a massive amount of respect for Michael Thgomas. He was a good player for us for a number of years in his early in his career, not only for that goal at Anfield, but just for his performances for 2 or 3 seasons. He was brilliant. And unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for him in the end at Arsenal, and it didn't really work out for him elsewhere in his career, did it? Nowadays he runs a security company in London where he looks after very famous people such as presidents and people like that. Looks after their security. So he's doing a great job there. But he's out of football completely. So it's a shame, really, isn't it? Because such a famous name with such a famous moment. The Michael Thgomas moment, if you like, is something that not only inspired the book Fever Pitch and of course the movie of the same name, but also really inspired Sky TV, I think, to get involved in the new Premier League a couple of years later. And ever since, they've been trying to recreate that moment. They think they did with the Aguero title winning goal in 2011, but of course, as everybody knows, that's not even on the same level, is it, as the goal that Michael Thgomas scored. So that's Michael Thomas's career there. I hope you enjoyed that video. So I just thought, because it's his birthday today, so I just want to say happy birthday, of course, to Michael. I'm sure you're having nice celebrations with your family and your friends. So if you like that video, please click on the subscribe button. Please like and share my channel. I am trying to grow it. I'll try and offer a few different things as well, not just the same sort of stuff that you're getting elsewhere in terms of transfer rumours and all this, that and the other. Yes, I'll be doing match reports and match previews once the season's up and running, as I said, but I am trying to offer a bit more historical stuff as well, such as player profiles like the great Michael Thgomas. And of course the George Graham feature that I did yesterday as well. So please, I say, like and share and subscribe to my channel to help me grow it, and look out for some more videos coming soon, including some live shows. In terms of transfers, we're still waiting for confirmation. It seems like the Gabriel deal has gone through, but we still haven't had official confirmation from the club yet, so I'm not going to do too much on that at this moment in time. And I've heard that, of course, Aubameyang is meant to have signed his contract as well, but again, there's nothing official yet. So when any news comes through, I will, of course, put a video out on those subjects. But at the moment, we'll leave it where it is and wait for some official news to come through. So that's that for today. I hope you enjoyed that video. And of course, as always, in the meantime, come on, you Gunners.